Hello, everyone. Good day and welcome again to One Global Movement Wednesday, where we are always winning here in One Global Movement because we have decided to come together to take action against hunger, illiteracy, and poverty. Really eradicating it, not just defeating it, eradicating it because we know right deep in our hearts that we have been blessed with a lot to do that. And therefore, we have to take consistent action towards eradicating these challenges in the lives of women, children, and young people worldwide. So, thank you guys so much for being here because you chose to be here. That means it is very important. What we are doing is important because we were children at one point too in our lives, and we struggle with different things. It might not be like physical hunger, but the hunger for education, the
Mhm.
hunger to build wealth, the hunger to stretch a hand out to help somebody, the hunger to establish a business, the hunger to do something impactful for humanity. There are different hungers in the world. And because we are here breathing and alive, we have been blessed and highly favored with a lot of resources around us that we might not recognize because of the negative chatter of the world or
Mhm.
because of the way the world portrays things. But we need to go back to our roots, deep down to our root, because it starts from the roots. If you do not plant your roots so deep in the soil, then when the wind comes, you'll be blown away. But when you plant it so deep, things will begin to come at God's appointed time, not at our own time. When it does come, we thank God. When it doesn't come, we still thank God because certain things don't happen on our timetable because God programmed it that way. Some of it is there to protect us because if it had happened the way we wanted it or we forced it to happen, it might hurt us. And so everything that happens to us, let us still thank God so long as we are breathing, because air is number one. And then we have water, number two. Because when
Yes.
you breathe, then you can know where to go to look for what you want. This is very important. And I thank all of us here because either one way or the other, we are working on these things in the world. My sister here has been working on water for a long time and supporting water projects around the world, clean water supply for all families, particularly children, women, and young people. And so, thank you. Let's continue to do what we are doing without stopping because time waits for no one.
That's
There
not.
are so many people in the graveyard, maybe the graveyard behind our homes or
Mm.
the public graveyard that have carried the talents that God gave them into their graves. And they lay there without passing on these talents to their children because they refused to take action. Or maybe they were refused certain things and they never knew an alternative to do those things. But we are here supporting one another because when we come together, your talent, my talent, our gifts come put together will be that very firm foundation that has extended its roots right deep into the soil where God wanted it to be. So thank you guys so much. Always so happy knowing that I am not in this alone. I'm never
Yes.
alone. We are in this together. So thank you,
Together.
sister,
Yes.
and thank you to everyone. And so as usual, we always like to dedicate everything into the hands of the creator in our own way and in our own culture because all the cultures are beautiful the way God created them. So do it your
Mm-hmm.
own way. And
Mm-hmm.
so let's do it for our children, women, and young people. So, Heavenly Creator of wisdom and innovation, we lift our hearts to you, the source of all understanding and knowledge. Today, we stand in a world where smart is the new strong and where the power of digital literacy shapes the destiny of nations. Lord, guide all of us to build technology that serves, not enslaves humanity. Let the minds of Generation Z, Gen Z, rise as architects of clean, safe, valuable, and inclusive digital spaces that protect the dignity of every soul that you created. Bless the creators, the coders, innovators, and dreamers to weave technology with the threads of morality, integrity, and compassion. May our digital tools respect the customs, traditions, and identities of every culture, honoring diversity as a treasure, not a barrier. Lord, we pray for the less fortunate corners of our world, for villages without signals, schools without devices, and youth without access. Inspire leaders, Lord, institutions, and hearts to close the digital divide, making technology a bridge of opportunity rather than a wall of exclusion. Lord, let our progress in technology be matched by our growth in wisdom. That kind of wisdom that you created and built us with. Let us search within ourselves for that. May we may we use our skills to heal divisions, protect the environment, and promote global citizenship, uniting humanity in purpose and peace with a focus on children, women, and young people. We dedicate our screens, networks, our thoughts, and innovations to your service. May we never forget that the strongest technology is built on the foundation of ethical hearts. In
Amen.
this digital age, Lord, let our strength be not just in how much we know, or how much we make, or how much we can coax somebody to take from them, but in how wisely and lovingly we use that knowledge for the greatest good of all. Lord, we
Amen.
dedicate this to you. Amen. Thank you so
Amen.
much. And sister, I will
Amen.
pass the baton on to you.
Thank you, sister. That was a wonderful prayer. You pretty much prayed my presentation, but I'll have to give it anyways. So,
Yeah.
the next item is that we always want to remind ourselves and others why we do one global movement. And so
Mhm.
today, as usual, we read the vision statement. So, the vision and mission statement of One Global Movement, which we sometimes shorten to OGM, One Global Movement will support any organization, group, or individual that aligns with its own global vision and mission, which is as follows. The mission of One Global Movement is to empower young people, children, and women worldwide with a focus on young women, providing them with the tools and sustainable solutions that will help them eradicate hunger, illiteracy, and poverty, to build generational wealth while living a life of leadership and purpose. We believe that every child deserves access to nutritious food, quality education, and opportunities to thrive. Through global collaborative efforts, innovative programs, and community engagement programs, we strive to break the cycle of hunger, illiteracy, poverty, and to build a future where hopes and dreams while building their full potential. Together, through divine intervention, love, and clean, safe, and valuable technology, we can create such a world where no child goes to bed hungry, no child is denied an education, and no child is limited to poverty or any condition that is not of their own making. It is possible. Our gratitude and tribute always goes to our CEO for bringing this world family together for the purpose of providing solutions to all sectors of the global economy, beginning with our children. We thank him and his well chosen building team. We love you all and wish you eventual success. And that is our vision and mission for One Global Movement. Join
Thank you.
us and support us. Thank you, sister.
Thank
And
you.
now, today's topic. Smart is the new strong. Yes, it is. Why digital literacy is non negotiable for Generation Z. So, as I've already greeted you, and I greet everybody, and I thank them for their support. And we thank you for supporting One Global Movement. So, right now, somewhere in this world, A young person is applying for a scholarship online. Another one is coding, as you mentioned, their way to their very first mobile game. And yet another one is unknowingly clicking on a phishing link that will steal their personal information. So we have to remember that we're working with the good and the bad. One of these is the future that we hope for our Gen Z demographics. And the others, those are the reasons that we're having this conversation today. So let me explain. The problematic choices are the first and the last one. Both of these scenarios represent significant risks or missed opportunities that can have serious negative consequences. So, one is clicking on that phishing link. This is a major security risk. Phishing is a type of cybercrime where scammers and fraudulent communications, often disguised as emails, text, or social media messages from a legitimate source to trick people into revealing sensitive information. And for Gen Z, who are highly active online, they are forever online, this is a constant threat. A single click can lead to the theft of personal data, financial loss, identity theft, and damage to their online reputation. Because Gen Z's lives are so intertwined with the digital world, or digital space, as you said, the repercussions of a security breach can be especially severe and long lasting. Did you know that nowadays, when you apply for a job, people go to your Facebook or your, what do they call it, your social media thing to see who you are? Not just what your resume says, not just what you say in front of them, but they actually have people who go and check out online. And it's not just for one, it's way back. They check to see what you've been posting continuously. They want to
They,
read you by yes, they do. It's
yep,
amazing to know that. And if you don't know that, you post willy-nilly, and then you don't know why you don't get jobs because of what
yep,
you've been posting.
yes.
Okay? So please. And then the second bad idea is applying for a scholarship online unsafely. While applying for a scholarship is a fantastic goal, the way a young person goes about it can be a problem. Okay? This scenario hints at the danger of unverified and potentially malicious online forms. Unfortunately, there are fake scholarship websites designed to harvest personal information or steal money because they're going to ask you to pay certain fees, which you should not be doing with a scholarship, a legitimate scholarship site. They might ask for sensitive details like your social security number or bank account information under the guise of an application fee. A young person applying without carefully checking the legitimacy of the website could be unknowingly giving their personal data to scammers. This is a subtle but dangerous pitfall, especially for those who are eager to find financial aid for college. They prey upon these people, sister.
Yes,
Okay,
they do.
you do. So the wise choice, this option represents a proactive and valuable use of digital skills. Coding, you mentioned coding their very first mobile game. And this doesn't have to be frivolous games, it can be educational games as well. This is a truly wise choice for several reasons. First, it's a creative endeavor that builds a valuable skill set, right?
Yep.
Learning to code teaches problem solving, logical thinking, and attention to detail. Second, it's an opportunity for hands on learning in a high demand field. Almost no job nowadays you can go to without having this kind of a skill. The
Yep.
technology industry is rapidly growing, and coding skills are highly sought after across many different careers. A young person creating their first game is not just having fun, they are laying the foundation for potential career, whether as a game developer, software engineer, or in countless other tech related roles. It's an empowering and constructive use of their time and digital access. So that's the first thing. Two are bad choices, and one, this coding is a good choice. The contrast between these three scenarios highlights the importance of digital literacy and critical thinking. Critical thinking. The wise choice involves creating and learning, while the problematic choices are a result of falling victim to common online threats. The Gen Z nav- for Gen Z, navigating the digital world safely and productively is more critical than ever because they're there a lot. So the chances of making a mistake is exponentially amplified. But the more you're there, is the more chance you have click, 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 right? So we live in a world where being digitally smart is no longer optional. It's the new strong, as the headline says. And for Gen Z, the most connected generation in history, digital literacy isn't a luxury, it's survival. What digital literacy really means, when I say digital literacy, I don't just mean knowing how to use the phone or the computer or posting on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
True digital literacy rests on five pillars. You have to have the technical skills, the ability to navigate devices, apps, and tools efficiently and effectively. Then there's information literacy, knowing how to find, evaluate, and use online information so you don't get misled. Echo chambers and false information, people are doing that actively on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Online safety and security, protecting personal data and avoiding scams. Then there's digital etiquette, communicating respectfully and effectively in the virtual spaces. And I mentioned, be careful what you post. It's being used to judge you. Okay? Digital creativity and innovation, using technology to create, not just consume. If any of these pillars is weak, the structure of your online life starts to wobble. Why? It's not negotiable for Gen Z. For Gen Z, digital literacy shows up everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Education. Most research, assignments, and even classrooms are now online or at least hybrid. They're a mixture of both. Without these skills, students risk falling behind. Employment. More than 90% of jobs require digital skills, and many employers judge tech competency from the very first email or application. Even how you fill out the application can be used to dis- discount you, right? You have to be accurate and know how to follow the instructions. Safety, misinformation, scams, identity theft, and cyberbullying are everyday risks. Then there's civic engagement, movements, activism, and community building often happen online. Then there's your personal branding. When you post today, or what you post today could open or close doors tomorrow. I have to keep repeating that.
Mm-hmm.
You are followed around and being assessed as to what you think and what you write. The digital world can be a ladder or a trap. Which one it becomes depends on the literacy and how accurate you are with that. So then of course, I want to talk about the two different places. You talked about the digital divide. The global north, as they call over here. Now, before we go any further, I want to pause, and because we need to recognize something important,
Mm-hmm.
not every member of Gen Z starts from the same place, right?
Yes.
In the
Yes.
global north, places like Canada, the US, Western Europe, parts of East Asia, most Gen Z have high speed internet, multiple devices, and digital tools built right into their education systems. But in the global south, many parts of Africa, South Asia, and Latin America, the story is different. Some young people face slow or unreliable internet, limited devices, sometimes shared among family members, and few formal opportunities to learn digital skills. The challenges aren't identical. In the North, the task is about filtering misinformation, managing online reputation, and using technology ethically. In the
Mm.
South, it often begins with simply getting connected. We talk about that all the time, don't we, sister? Having to go
Yes.
on the mountaintops and
Yes.
I tell you, having affordable data, reliable electricity, and content in local languages. That's another issue, right? It doesn't come
Mm-hmm.
in the language that they can. And this disparity, it does matter because if we say digital literacy is essential, we must also acknowledge that access is unequal. That's
Yes.
where digital
Very-
solidarity must come in.
Yes.
Yes. Those who have more can share more by mentoring across borders, donating devices, supporting organizations that train young people in underserved regions, or advocating for affordable internet access everywhere. The
Yes.
future of digital power should be shared, not divided. And then I have a little acronym, the SMART framework for digital strength. And how do we make smart the strong, the new strong? Here's a way to remember it. SMART first, safety first.
Mm-hmm.
Use strong
Mm-hmm.
passwords. Use privacy settings and think twice before sharing personal details. And the M, media savvy. Don't take everything at face value. Verify facts, check multiple sources, and watch out for clickbait. Some websites are just to get you to click. They have no substance, no source, nothing good to offer you. So you have to learn how to do that. And then there's the adaptability. Tech changes fast. Stay curious and willing to learn new platforms and tools. And the R is responsible posting. Posting online. Once it's online, it's permanent. It is permanent.
Mhm.
Okay, don't think you can just erase it. It's not gone anywhere. It's permanent. Post with care. And then the T in SMART is tech for good. Use technology to solve problems, create opportunities, and uplift others, not to tear people down. Just what you said. This
Mhm.
framework works together, and it works whether you're in Lagos or in London, Delhi or Denver. Always be ethical and lift others up. So there are practical steps for building digital literacy. Enroll in free digital skills courses like Google Digital Garage,
Mm.
LinkedIn Learning, or Coursera. Make fact checking a daily habit before sharing news or information. Okay, sis, you jump in, or you sisters, any one of you two jump in and
Okay,
say,
when Melanie is here, it's very
hi,
important
Sister
because I know
Melanie.
that she
Hi.
has
Well,
gears before she.
yes,
But let me just say this before I forget. Thank you so much, Sister Yvonne. This is so impactful and so paramount the way you did the research and presented it, because this is the world of today, and we must educate ourselves and our families, our children, with this, because in as much as we have been given the wisdom to build this monument of digital technology, but other people too are not building it the ethical way. And
that's right.
so, yes. And so when you talk about uh, 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 the disparity, it is so important,
Mm-hmm.
because oftentimes um, things are done neglecting other parts of the world, the
Yeah,
so-called poor. And it's not supposed to be that way, because we can only function well in our wealth, whether it be it finances or whatever, when we help other people to function well, because we are interconnected. We are
yeah,
interconnected
yes,
because
yes,
when we do this, things move faster, whether it is in terms of education, in terms of businesses, in terms of experiment and research for our children and all of us, it will. So that you say share more. When you have more, share more. That
yes.
is a beautiful word that you just
Mm-hmm.
said. Share it, because it's not even supposed to be that way. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
the things that are happening, like lack of illiteracy, whether it's for
Electricity. Yeah,
digital
yeah,
technology or anything, is not because those people cannot have it, because they are prevented from having things that are going to help them. And
yeah,
it's not supposed to be that way. And so you and I are here as servants and ambassadors to turn that around, so that these things can reach children in everywhere, or in the so-called developing countries, whether it is in Nigeria, in Cameroon where I was born, or it is in Bamako or Niamey or wherever in the world. If
mm-hmm.
we want to, we can do that. And this is a cry out to, I don't know
Yes,
anything about digital things. I'm learning too like a child, and I'm learning so slow because I wasn't born with this, but
yes,
it's coming. I'm happy that it's coming until I'm clicking buttons here and there. So,
yeah,
and
yeah,
we are pledging to the people that build this, that we have been so endowed with the digital knowledge and the biblical knowledge. When put together, it can do amazing things.
it
And so let
can.
us build it the ethical way: clean, safe, and valuable technology with all inclusion and choices, and
Mm-hmm.
done uniquely for unique for the unique region in the world, or and then taught uniquely to the child, uniquely according to the way that the child is supposed to learn. Then we must have changed the world for the better. Right now we talk and we laugh. Oh, they are taking the phone to on top of hills,
Yes, yes, yes.
or driving the country. One of the One Global Movement helpers or volunteers in Cameroon, that's exactly what he does. He will go far away because 2, 3 days, 1 week, I don't hear. I need to get a feedback of the programs that are being run. And
Right.
if I
Yeah.
don't get it, it's difficult. Okay, now there's no computer, nothing. And one of the programs that we have here is to provide, go to those places and provide laptops or iPads, a little
Oh, the
iPad
iPad. Yeah.
everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we say, talk about education, it's not necessarily building a whole school with a curriculum, but doing it our own way. We can have a space where we have all those things there, and every desk, every child will have their own iPad.
Absolutely.
They can
Absolutely.
either choose to take it home and use it decently, or they can leave it there. When they come back, they can do their research, and they know
Mm-hmm.
that this belongs to me. So that that
Yeah.
alone gives that child some kind of urge and some kind of self esteem to know that, wow, I can use this to do my research. So it's so important
Absolutely.
that we,
Absolutely.
like you say, share, 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 and it
Yeah.
begins with you and me. It begins with
Yeah.
all of us. If we don't share, then we are contributing to the digital divide that is existing in the world. So, Sister Melanie, when you're here, we take your presence so important. I'll let you go before I start again.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm laughing because that digital world will carry us away if we are not careful, you know. Thank you
Yeah.
first of all, sisters. Hello and good afternoon. I didn't say that. And to those in the audience.
You're
It's
Hello.
welcome.
always a delight to be here because the conversations or the topics are very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Um there's the Zen, the Zen age and all of those others. So many are presented to us so fast. They're
Yeah.
coming on this at the surface. They're evolving one by one, or sometimes maybe 100 a day. It's
Yeah.
fast
Yeah.
approaching us.
Mhm.
So what I want to say is education, as Sister Yvonne Finn and Sister Yvonne Mundih mentioned, educating our young ones
Mm-hmm.
on how to be careful, how to prevent, the even worms, Trojan. There's all kinds of phishing emails,
Mhm.
phishing things that comes virtually to us.
Yes.
They look enticing. They look
Mm-hmm.
like there's a big promise. They will show you the deliveries on the way and all those things.
Mhm.
Whereas they are just scammers, smart people. They might not be smart going to university, but they're smart to maneuver every loophole on the internet. And that's why the government hire them. The same scammers are being hired because they know how to protect, right?
Yes.
So what I want to say is, as parents, I don't have little children, but I always tell my son, as a man, be careful what you enter into the internet because they can look like a pretty young woman. It could be a police officer.
Mhm.
It could be somebody who's tracing on the internet just to get you. So be
Mhm.
careful. So he told me, I know. So I said to him, I'm just looking out for you because this world. um, for our children, we should have, as Sister Yvonne, one day you said we should have a space, a virtual space. And we're talking about Zen. So we
Mhm.
should have like a Zen desk. We should have people where we have a lot of young Black and not only Black, Indians and all these people who are trained. They're probably looking for an opportunity to get exposed or to get recognized so we can have them help and have the children with a computer. That's a good idea, Sister Yvonne Monday.
Mhm.
There's so many, even when work was given, they were changing over to, new computers. I didn't have the vehicle for me to carry them. There were so many computers that went in the landfill. And I'm saying, look at that. There's so many people who still need these computers, but they put them in a landfill.
I know.
Like a whole office of over 100 and something people, all these computers, and each of us have two computers. So imagine how many went to the landfill.
Wow.
And things like that, we can have them sent to, they always say third world countries. I don't believe in no third world countries. I believe in those who are lacking,
Yes.
because even in Canada, we are lacking somehow. In the States, we are lacking somehow. So just donate it. We have maybe two representatives who can maybe fly over or we can have two representatives who can do land surface posting or shipping. Because Sister Yvonne Mundih and Sister Yvonne, already know, Sister Yvonne Finn, we are barrels. I'm sure you do that in Jamaica.
We do
And the
it.
barrels, yes, land surface. And it's so good. I was telling that to a Scottish lady and she said, "What's barrels?" I said to her, well, I thought you guys use that because you're in an island too. Scotland is an island. She said, "No, no, no, Mel." I said, "Well, we do that all the time. Shipping is by land surface. They go by water from one coast to the next until it reaches its destination. So we can fill up a barrel or barrels, whether it's one or two, to ship to wherever or whoever needs them. It could be
Yes.
the Caribbean, it could be Africa, it could be how you
Yes.
call it, the Philippines, wherever they are in there, you know,
Yes.
because time by time, I am looking at the news and I'm saying, we say we are looking after our citizens in different countries. I'm looking at the thing and it gives me shivers. You know, I was looking at sorry, I don't want, it's not about war, but I'm talking about Gaza now
Mm-hmm.
because they're all people. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, what? That used to be a country that seems like it was up. And a certain time, and now the people are handling some big old cups, whatever they have. And my heart falls for when I see the children are
Mm-hmm.
suffering in those things, it
Mm-hmm.
is hard.
Yeah.
So whenever we have things like laptop, computers, like I have a laptop here, I tell my son use it, but he wants to go to my new one, which I said to him that's purposely for my work, my workspace. But I'll let you use it, but I still monitor what he's doing because I don't want any kind of worms to come on my computer,
Right.
any phishing stuff. But we can monitor enough anyhow. He's a big man, so I let
Yeah.
him use it. I don't want to be selfish, but yeah, I have a laptop here, and I used to do it with the phones too. At work when we were in the building, I collected phones that I had because I was a phone guru. I used to buy a phone and upgrade, and I was left with like 6 or 7 of them sitting there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I collected them and I brought it to one of my supervisors who used to go to Cuba because she created a team there where she's even a godmother to a family.
Mhm,
So I
mhm.
said to her, she said, "Oh my God, Mel, I so appreciate it," because she said they don't want them to have like cell phones. We're not talking about cell phone, but I'm giving an example of its
Yeah.
gadgets, right? And then she came back and she said to me, yeah, I'm not the only one who donated, but I was happy to donate what I had. And she said the people were so happy to get a cell phone, just a cell phone,
Of
Mm-hmm.
you
course.
know?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Furthermore, for a computer, has more space, more
Yep.
windows, and
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
then they can exercise themselves in being creative, you know?
Yep. Yep.
I always never like to be a selfish person. I like for us to be equal. And I
Yes.
know you all have the same heart. I
Mm-hmm.
like equality. I hate to see people suffer and lack, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yep.
because it makes you feel like we are not looking after each other.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's
We are
right.
not, you know. And as far as the virtual space, it's a good thing because we need to educate our young ones on not everything you see online is promising and inviting. It may look as inviting as it seems, but there's somebody looking to lower you into something. It almost happened to me at one point. If example, Kenneth Copeland, I had my little laptop and I had just started working home. They had just shifted us home. And on my break, I went to my laptop and there's Kenneth Copeland's, how I don't know if anybody's familiar with Kenneth.
I know Kenneth Copeland. Yeah, I
Yeah.
watch
Yeah.
his
Right.
ministry. Yeah.
Right. I used to attend it actually when he came to Mississauga, Toronto, Canada, and we got all these nice little goodies to take home. Anyhow, some person, they cloned him. So I thought that was Kenneth and I bought into it. He said, "I feel like there's a wind blowing in your country and so many people of yours will be devastated." Oh my God, my heart formed. Because
Oh.
when you're not so used to seeing those things, and I was foolish enough to get sidetracked and giving into, but the one thing I didn't give into is what he asked. So he said to send my picture
Oh.
Lord, and he'll pray. Oh my God. I said, a sweet little picture of mine. I can never get back the picture line. Never. I
Yes.
sent it. I didn't hesitate because I wasn't thinking. And it was my break. So I hurried, send the picture. So then I saw how he typed. And I saw it wasn't, that's not Kenneth.
Yes.
The language is not. So I said, wait a minute. Can I? But I didn't ask for the picture because I know I was going into a whole can of worms, right? So I said to him, if you're Kenneth Copeland, can you please call me to authenticate your voice as Kenneth? Because Kenneth calls me to pray.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes I'm standing by the sink, all of a sudden that big voice comes on. Hi, Melanie, I want to pray for you. And, so he said, oh, you want me to pray for you? And then I can see how he's typing. The language is not.
Uh-huh.
So I got to him. So now you're getting mad at me. You said you're Kenneth and you want to pray with me. I'm saying that as an example for those who are listening, because these things can be looking so real and you can buy into them. But that was before, not now.
Mm-hmm.
I won't fall for it. So I went stupidly and I said to him, okay, after I told him about authenticating, I see it could be a she as well. I'm getting uptight. So I said, okay, I do not need you to pray for me. And you have my picture. I'll pray that my picture comes back to me one way or the other. In my mind, I'm thinking the things that are not good.
Yes.
Because I know it wasn't Kenny. Then he said to me, okay, sister. I said, okay, Kenny doesn't use the word sister. That, so that's another clue. You didn't want to authenticate your voice, and then now. So he said to me, okay, I would like you to do, we have an orphanage in Nigeria. If you
Oh.
can sponsor. I said, no, wait a minute. Kenneth does not ask for sponsorship over the phone that way. He sends letters and it's up to you if you want to sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I led him on now. I said, how much would you like me to donate? As it can be substantial. I said, as how much? May I ask? 600 and something.
Hey.
So that's what I said. I said, okay, I'm on my lunch break, so I'll hurry up. I have a money mat right Western Union, very close to me. It was at the food basic at the time. So I said, I'll go there and I will send you the 600. Yes, thank you, sister. Please do it quick as you can. Okay. I said, yeah, you can wait. I'll do it and I'll come back to you and tell you that I've sent it. So I went to Money Mart and I asked the girl, let me ask you, has anybody come here and asked for money order to be sent to an orphanage I gave her the address. He said, oh my God, a lady just came before you. Don't do it. I said, no, I'm not going to do it. I purposely said to him that I'll send, and he asked for 634, I think it was. So I said to him, just wait, I'll get it. So I went back to him and I said, I typed, you do not want to be reported, right, sir? You are asking and you're bribing people and you're using Kenneth Copeland to clone yourself. The authorities are on you. Just know that I reported you. So he said, all of a sudden the page closed. Yeah, the page closed. So I'm just warning, this is just one of those instances. And there's so many people that I know who people are using. Like there's one person in our group. They're using the poor lady's name all the time to ask for money, 700 and something, whatever. I wouldn't call her name because the other people who are in the group probably know.
Sure.
And they're asking her up to lately, they asked.
It's
So
very
we have to
prevalent.
be,
Very
yeah, we
prevalent.
have to be very, very careful. We have to teach our young ones. Not everything you see online is that enticing. It looks pretty. It looks very promising, but know that there's someone ready to lower you
Yep.
into something that is crafty.
Yep.
I'm not saying everything is crafty, but there's those you can see. If you didn't ask for something and they just tell you you're going to win this or you're going to get that, question it. It's good to question it or X out on it. Just close the page.
Yep.
And
But
parents, if we have younger children, we need parental advice, parental sign in. I used to do that with my son. You sign in with a username and ID, but then you monitor because you are in control of it. There
Yes.
was a part there they asked parental control, and I used to do that. So I'm encouraging other parents. I don't know if they still have such a thing, and I think that was the best thing they brought about. So you know that there's a limit, and you put that child's age, and it's only seen by the people who are responsible of that parental control station, wherever it was formed.
Yeah.
Yep.
So by educating our young ones, we will know that they will not be scammed so much, and they will not be lower into phishing or Trojans and worms, because when worms take over your system, you may not get a good system. You may have to trash it, right? It is filled with filth. It is filled with all types of things. So be careful with that. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but we live in a world where there's good people and there's really whatever you call people. Yeah.
Yep.
There are those
Absolutely.
people who are, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to say, like, yeah,
Right.
online is a good thing because I'm learning a lot on my own. I just tweak little things and I try learning it. But our children need to be guided when they're going into online spaces
Yes.
because they're still young, they're vulnerable, and even as adults, I see people calling our work and saying they did it, and they give their credit card and they're calling to say that they were scammed, and
Yeah.
they're getting mad at the company. You were scammed. Somebody promise you $100. No, not 100. A free toolkit that has everything, emergency toolkit, but they tell you to pay 100 and something. If it's free, why are they making you pay? So
Right.
I am being very strict with them. I said, I'm sorry to hear, but let me ask you, if I were to send you something free, why would I ask you to pay something? So think of that. So you need to call your credit card company because at that point we are not responsible because you gave yourself away, right?
Yep.
Oh, it's the company or not? It's not the company. It's we just have to be diligent in doing our searches and open up our eyes to see
Yeah.
what's happening now. So
Yep.
this
This
is
is
something.
this is why the topic says digital literacy, and we're talking about Gen Z, but we're talking about everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah,
Everybody
Yes.
has to be vigilant, and everybody has to know, because you mentioned many times about talking to our children. But the thing is, most of the Gen Zers, they're way ahead of us in the actual technology, but
yeah,
the mitigating circumstances, the safety part of it. You know how children, young people, were never ones to be as cautious as we would like them to be, and it's
right.
the same with the technology. So the whole idea is to share with them the downside of this. It's not being negative. It's with anything, crossing the street, everything has a formula to it, a right way of doing things. So digital literacy, that's what it means. This is why this
Yeah.
topic is talking about. It's not about teaching them about the technology because they're way ahead. They know it.
Yes,
It's the
safety.
literacy part. It's the safety part. That's the part that we have to really, and that is why smart is the new strong. That is why
Yes.
that title is like that. So yes, I understand everything that you were saying there, and it's true.
And I
It's
would
true.
encourage them, anybody, like I'm saying it from our work point, right?
Mhm.
Every 90 days, we're supposed to be changing our password, even if it looks the same, but change, tweak in between the numbers or the letters,
Absolutely.
do little thing, and never use your email address, your date
Mm-hmm.
of birth, or your family's name or anything like that. Never
I
use
know.
those.
I know. I
Yep,
know. I
and I'm really so happy that you guys are talking about the safety thing. Like you guys are saying, it happens to anyone.
It
It
does.
happens to me every day. You see strange numbers on your phone. How did they get that phone number? They're saying, "How are you doing today?" They make it sound so like you think this is a good person. They
Yes.
almost camped my son out of our home.
Oh
Okay.
God. Oh
Yes,
God.
and when I was working with corporate America, at the job, they call my job number. It looks like somebody must have known me, and they asked specifically for me. The second
Yeah.
time they called, I answered the phone. That's our office phone, and they
Yes.
Wow.
said, "Can I speak to with Yvonne?" I said, "Speaking." They said, "You just won 2 point something million.
Oh
We need
yes.
to act very fast. Give us your bank account so we can deposit the money." Do you know what I did? Because I started saying things in my dialect. I didn't want to say it in English. I said, why are you so lazy? I said, thank you. I said, the person hang up the phone. Okay.
Yes, yes,
So when you guys are saying these things, they're everywhere. And
yeah, yeah,
it's good to remind ourselves, we educate ourselves. That's why we have to act as family so that
yes,
we learn from one another. Because what
absolutely.
you have experienced, what everybody's experience is different. But when we bring these things together, we are educating ourselves every day because they too are opting up their game. They opt
Yes,
their every day.
yep,
You see somebody at the ATM machine pretending to be a cripple on the wheelchair and waiting for people to slot their card in, and they have the device. They
to
take
read
all the
it. Yep,
information,
information.
or
Yep,
they have you have your purse. We women, you have your purse, or the man has the wallet in the pocket. They have their device. They just
to
go like
scan.
this,
They
scan.
scan it. Yep,
They got
yep,
everything. So this
yep.
is very, very important, and we that is why using this technology, even creating it or crafting it or building it, is so important to build it on ethical standards,
Absolutely.
on
Yep.
morality. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you don't do that, then you're already giving the world something to be scamming people out of it. So I am so happy that you guys talk about this.
The
So
safety. The
the
safety.
safety part of it is so important. Smart is the new strong.
It
And
is.
we talk about street smart, home smart. We're not just talking about going to get A. Those A's are nothing if you don't know what you're doing.
No,
If
it's not. It's not. It
you're
really is
focused,
not, sister.
because
It's
that
not,
is
sister. It's
uh,
not. Yeah.
having A's or C's, or I am on top of the class. I've always been an A student. That is not, examination is not the really true way of evaluating somebody. Because
No.
when they evaluate, they're given an exam, they don't know if you ate, they don't know if you are healthy, if
Yeah.
they don't know the kind of mindset that you are in that particular moment. That means the education is not centered. It's
Yeah.
not people centered, and it is not unique to that unique child. So that is exactly what we are talking about here. Just imagine, in today's world, strength, like, look at me, I can fight, or look at me, I can do this. Strength is no longer measured by physical power alone,
It's
Exactly.
here.
or
It's here.
nor by the whatever, the sword or whatever. For
No.
Generation Z, born into an interconnected, tech
World.
driven age, digital literacy is the new currency of opportunity. Is the new currency. And that's why some of us here, we are trying to catch up very quick. I'm guarding my son every day for lessons. In a digital world, being offline in skills is the new form of poverty. If you are
Yes.
offline, you want to be poor, you're going to be poor. So,
Yeah.
digital literacy is more than knowing how to use a smartphone, like you guys said, a
Yeah.
smartphone, or like
Yeah.
you were saying in your presentation, or
Yeah.
browse the internet. Like you
Yeah.
just go, let me scroll down here and scroll. It's the ability to find,
Yeah.
evaluate, create, and communicate information using digital technologies
Yeah.
responsibly,
Yeah. Simply. Yes.
safely, and
Yeah.
creatively. It covers
Yes.
a whole lot, which I will be repeating things here,
Yeah.
but you know, you already said it all, everything here. And Melanie, you guys brought the safety aspect of it. I'm so happy with those examples. People that will understand, we all will understand very quick and on
Yeah.
what to do. But let's guide ourselves, and and keep guiding these children alongside with also that they stay safe. The world is in a different light. It looks like the new technology has been created to those people, like we say, those people.
Sister, it's created for everyone, but the whole idea is that we have to be so vigilant. Never, never be in such a hurry that you don't, if something just doesn't even look and feel right to you, don't take the chance,
Mhm.
right? Because
Yes.
even the smallest little instant, I'm watching the chat, and so many people, are talking about how close you can come. And it's so annoying because even if you don't lose money, you lose your identity. It takes years and sometimes you never recover it. Ever.
Yes. Yep.
Ever.
That's true.
every time you go to do something, buy a car or anything, you have to prove who you are. You know, people are really, really being pushed to the limit with this good technology. It's good because
Mhm.
it's making your job and your life easier, but it's also being used by bad people. I'm going to call it that, Sister Melanie. I know you don't. They're
Of course.
bad people. That's what they are. They sit down and they also have the same smarts which they could use for good, but
Yes.
they would rather be scammers. It takes a mindset to believe that they could do good things with it, but no, they would rather steal
And
from you.
they're wasting their mind space though, because they would have done more and even get better and richer than doing what they're doing.
Of
You
course they
know?
would. Of course they would. But they mess you up, and people are really suffering with that. And it costs a lot of money and energy to try to get your, because people will have your social insurance, and they're doing it to babies,
Oh yes. Oh
right?
yes.
They're using
Even to
babies.
old people, our older
Yes,
folk, they
yes,
scam them from across the Atlantic Ocean.
yes.
Yes.
And some of them are so convincing that it's hard. You can't. And another thing, Sister Melanie is talking about, but the thing is, some people are ashamed to report that they've been scammed. So that
Mhm.
also hides some of how the statistics. Some
Yeah.
people don't ever talk about it; they just suffer in
And
silence,
we need
or
to encourage them, because suffering in silence, it's killing.
it's killing.
Because
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like you've swallowed a poisonous pill and you just
Yeah,
die slowly instead of looking for a doctor.
yeah.
That's why, to expose these things, but in a confidential manner, is
Sure,
very important,
sure,
very very
sure.
important. And
Yeah.
we always like a call to action here, and whatever
Yes,
we, because if we
yes,
don't take
yes.
action, it's not going to do anything. But so I would just want to talk about the call to action. So one global movement's call to action for
Hmm.
youth:
Yeah,
learn a new digital skill every day, every
yes,
month.
yeah.
Not every day if you can, but because you have other things, every month, learn one. And then fact check, like you, Melanie, and you said, fact check before sharing online. There is
Yes.
one thing that you said, Sister Yvonne, online, that be careful what you do, you post online, because
Mhm.
when you don't get that job that you want, you don't get that loan, or,
Yep.
or
Yep.
funding that you want for your business or for your
Yep.
travel or for your
Yep.
experiment or your
Yep.
creativity. That is, they go there, but they're not going to tell you that.
They
That's
don't.
exactly why
They
they're
don't.
denying you. That
Yep.
is why it calls for morality,
Yep.
ethical standards and values.
Yep.
Mind what you do. Of course we're going to make mistakes, but when you are that person that walk a clean path, when you do slide, people will know that,
Yes.
oh, that's not him. It must, something must not be going on here. Let me see if I,
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
move your
Right.
steps. You'll say, oh, this is a Sister Mel steps here. These ones are Sister Yvonne Finn step, and these ones are
Mm-hmm.
steps. That's what we are talking about here, and it all relies on us. We, the
Yep.
parents, the adults, and caregivers around these children, because we must do it to ourselves first before they can be able to do it. So
Absolutely.
know what you post. If you are posting something, do it for the greatest good of the greatest majority.
Yep.
Do a great thing, teach a skill, learn something, do something. Don't just go and post and start fighting with people online,
I
because
know.
nobody hires you, because you're going to bring a brother. You're going to be fighting at the job place or at the business place. Nobody will want you there. So it's so,
Yes. True.
and so
Very,
wait, don't just consume.
very true.
What around your environment do you see as a challenge that you can create something as a solution to that? So don't
Yep.
just go to school. Find
No.
something, and there is always something that you love, that God gave it to you, that
Mm-hmm.
you see that it can be a solution to the environment. So how do I do this? I'm going to learn a skill. You must
Yep.
not necessarily go to school for it. Maybe you don't have the funds, because or one reason or the other. Learn that skill, but education is paramount.
Yes.
Education comes in different forms, not
It
just going
does.
to a test. So
Does.
that is so important. Create for parents in general,
Yes.
schools, communities, governments, and businesses and organizations, churches. Integrate digital literacy into education, even into
Yep.
Sunday school, even
Mm-hmm.
into youth groups in church. Provide
Mm-hmm.
safe, affordable internet access, like we were saying, because it can be done. We can supply a generator. Like I like what Sister Mel said, the barrel. I have barrels here, Sister Mel, just so you know. I used to ship books a lot, but since I started focusing on this one global movement, I thought I should pull all the resources here so that when it becomes better, things will be
Yes,
going up. Us here,
right.
especially the women of one global movement, we can do more than we can ever imagine. As you
Absolutely.
continue to do, we take those things in barrels, we go there. I'm always like a business minded person. What can we bring from that island back
Mm-hmm.
here to sell to continue to raise funds for the organization? And
Exactly.
I was thinking, when time comes, when somebody takes a hold of most of these things, like a secretary or something, I am going to all organizations. I'm writing to all organizations, beginning from home, United States. I go to my banks. I go to everywhere. I ask for their computers because those computers are still good. They might not want to repair
Yes,
it here,
yes,
but there
yes.
are so many people in Cameroon or Africa that repair things. You would think it's a brand new one. They are so gifted in repairing. I've sent 5 phones to be distributed to certain areas in the community, and they
Mm-hmm.
phones and they're using. So we trash things here because we have too much, and then we are not thinking about those who don't even have. You
Yeah.
know, but that doesn't mean that we're going to give raggedy things, hand-me-down
No,
things to
no, no, no,
good
no.
things that they can also use. So let us provide safe, affordable internet access. And then we want to mentor, like we said, educate, mentor you in ethical tech use. What you're using, what you're posting, what is that going to do? What is the purpose of that? Will you
Yes,
like that if that same thing is being posted to you? This
yes,
is very, very important. So smart is the new strong, and
yes,
every
it
stroke can
is.
be a step towards freedom, opportunity, and a digital global change. Thank you
Yes.
guys very much.
Thank you,
Yes.
sister. Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
another exciting topic. Very good.
Very, very good topic. And thank you so
Mm-hmm,
much for choosing
mm-hmm.
those
And
topics.
there is the two-step, like Ash gave us in on passive. Well, it's no longer on passive, but anyhow, the two-step verification, it's a very good thing. I love it. Not
Mhm.
only I used it in on passive, but I used it in my work and I use it everywhere and I love it. Another thing that I notice a lot of the social media platforms are using is that you, the question, is that you? So they want to make sure that they're protecting you, which I love.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
some people said they don't like it because it's too much, too many things, but it's a good thing because they're making sure that's you, or they're even sending confirmation, 6-digit code, which is almost like the two-step
Hmm.
to your phone to make sure that is you. So
Yep.
it's a
Mm-hmm.
good thing. Utilize it. Don't skip it because that's protection for your own good. I
No,
use
it's
it
very good.
religiously all the time.
It's
Like
Mm-hmm.
very
I,
good. Otherwise, you'll spend time trying to wipe out what you created. So it's
yes,
very
Exactly.
good. Yes.
Exactly.
They do even on
Especially,
WhatsApp too.
especially on the
yeah,
platforms where you have your financial information or your
exactly.
IDs, you should definitely be protecting that. Yes, I know that it can seem onerous to be going through this one extra step, but can you imagine losing your losing those things?
Yes.
How hard that will be. It's so
I've been
shocking.
scammed twice from my bank. I wasn't checking my bank account. I was
There
just
you
using,
go.
and
There you
and I
go.
didn't know the policy that when they scam your money, you can recover it within 3 months. After 3 months, you can't recover everything. So I checked. I'm like, no, I didn't do this. I didn't do it. And I
Yeah.
went to the bank. They said we can only recover 2 months because it's past 3 months. They
Yeah.
did. I
Yeah.
didn't even
Yeah.
care
Yeah.
again.
Yes.
Carelessness. I did the same
Yes.
thing, and I am a mother. Okay, and
No, I
so
know.
I had to
Yeah.
learn not to do it anymore. I check because remember the scripture says respect the financial resources that God gave you. You need to
Yeah.
know where your 1 penny goes. It doesn't
Yes.
just go, just waste it like that. And I had to
Yeah.
really pray and apologize and to get back on track. Now I question if I don't understand where that went to. Can I
You
know?
know, yeah, exactly. If something is suspicious, the first thing you do is turn around and call the number on the back of your bank card. Don't
Yeah,
call any other number. Don't let, anybody tell you to call them for help. You call the bank and let the bank tell you what's going on because they're happy to do that because otherwise they're responsible, right? If
right.
you're checking with them and they're not giving you good information. So it's good when you call them and let them Let them know what's going on. That's what they're for.
Yep.
And nowadays the bank holds back if you have something that you're contributing money to, like
Yeah,
online stuff. The
yeah,
banks would reach out to you and ask you, is that you? Another thing. I love that. So I told them, keep doing it for me, please, because I've been scammed in certain ways. Like I was doing an online course way before on passive, actually. It was
mm-hmm.
called Techademics. So I already had a store that was already fulfilled for me with everything. During
Yeah,
COVID, it went down because they didn't want,
yeah,
nobody was buying.
yeah.
Anyhow, they did the funding online so you can pay free something per month. Now, what looks so real to me is the same URL. The lady had the same name as another lady working there, and that I had already spoken to that lady prior before to her, thinking
Mm-hmm.
that was her.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
said, but I just spoke with you. She said, yeah, I just called back to tell you, well, we can try putting the payment through. Oh my God, I fall for it.
Oh.
And I went and I gave her my bank card, $340 something US. And
God.
after she got the pay, she said, thank you, you'll get a receipt. I'm looking and looking for my receipt in my email, nothing. Right after that, the lady, the same name from the right company called me and asked me to do the payment. I said, but I spoke with you not to. She said, no, 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 that wasn't me. I said, but her name was, and I gave her the name just like yours. I was crying
Yeah,
because I didn't have much money, my account. I had to do another free something right there and then. So almost 800 something US that day.
yeah,
When I called the cops to complain, they could not track the person because that person was long gone with my money.
Mm.
yeah.
I paid twice. So I had a headache that day. So yes, that's how sometimes easy we can get sidetracked.
Absolutely,
Because
absolutely.
they show it's the same company, the same name. I don't know how if that lady was let go. He said, no, we didn't have two of the same name. I said, well, I don't know that because I'm in Canada and I'm paying my due diligence is my school fees, which you
Mm-hmm.
all funded for me. Oh my God, that day, if I could have seen that lady, I would squeeze her so hard. So hard because that's my hard-earned money that I'm taking and throwing it out there
It
to someone
happens.
I don't
It
even
happens a
know.
lot of time. Yeah.
Yeah,
It happens. It happens.
So yes, that's how we have to be very, very careful.
have
Yes.
to. Yeah.
Yes.
The devil comes pretty. Let's
You know,
just say it that
I will
way.
just say one little thing now, and I appreciate the audience.
Yeah.
You guys know Winans? Sissy
Mm-hmm.
Winans, the gospel
Yes,
singer.
yeah.
Huh.
Yes.
She was coming to Minnesota. She came actually 3 months ago, and I did not know the one church a friend sent me the link to register. I
Mm-hmm.
was finding difficulties, and so he had to help me. But in helping me, he said he couldn't use his card. I said, but why can't you use your card? Then I will give you a check when I come. He said, he doesn't know why. But this is what, since it was the last minute to register, what did I do? I gave him my credit, my bank card to
But this
register.
is somebody you know, sister.
Yes,
Exactly.
somebody that I know. But just so you know, it's somebody that I know and from church, and he says he's a pastor in his country. So I did that, but then something told me go to the bank the next day and have that card change. That's how something told me, and I went to
Mm-hmm.
the bank. I have it changed. Come to realize that he was going to scam me. How did I know? His behavior towards me started changing. Not
Mm,
knowing that he had gone to try to use my card, he couldn't anymore. And he thought, and this is what happened. It's my daughter, Ngwe. Ngwe said, Mommy, no, no, you couldn't have given him that information like that. No. And he said, go to the bank. Me, myself, I said, I'm going to the bank right now. They're changing that card. So they changed it. Now he
That
couldn't get
was
it. And then his behavior started being
yes, yes,
so I'm saying this because sometimes I told myself I'm going to skip, even no matter how important it is. I listen to CC Winans every day, but I wanted to go there to support and, if
yes,
possible, talk about One Global Movement on
of
stage.
course. Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So it's
But this is somebody you know. How can they take
yes,
that chance? How can they
that's
take that
why
chance?
my sister, even your own brother or sister from the same womb, sometimes they misbehave. I have my brother that I share openly, Peter. Okay, betray Jesus. Now that Peter is it's a problem. trying to scam me all the time. Okay, thank you guys so much. We're gonna Abdul Sattar, thank you so much, sir, for being with us. You are the very first person here today. We appreciate your love and support for our family, our global
Wow.
family. We have Samitra, how are you, beautiful sister? Thank you for being with us here today. And of course, I so appreciate my two beautiful sisters on stage. You guys give me the wings to fly. When I'm here by myself, I don't have those kind of wings. But when I see
Yeah.
them, I'm like, yes, I'm going to soar like the eagle.
Thank you, sister. Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah, thank
okay.
you.
This is our Facebook link. Please always go there to like and follow. And we need people to go there and really talk about One Global Movement, what we are doing. We need it. We need about 300 and something people to go there. Sister Mel, go there and talk about it. You can read what Sister Yvonne has written, and I think she has written twice. Please, the managing director, do the same. And all our family here, Brother Levi, Brother Srijit, everyone who can get to our Facebook page, please go and write something. If you are truly for children,
Yeah.
women, and children, you should be doing this. We should do this because this is the right thing to do. Thank you.
And
And
give
Mhm.
stars.
uh,
Give
yes,
the stars.
give the stars, okay? We are going to the moon.
Yes.
If we don't get to the moon, we will land on the stars, okay? And we'll still be the same. We'll still be great.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you for those stars that you always talk about. And here is the StreamYard link. StreamYard
Mhm.
is what we're using here is StreamYard. You can connect it to all your social media handles. So you can, if you want to subscribe to it, then they're going to give One Global Movement $10. And this $10 will go a long way to help a child in some corner of the world. Even
Yes,
right here in the United States, $10 means something, okay?
yes,
Because
exactly.
it starts with a penny, one penny. That is such a big impact. So please, if you want to subscribe, do that. Thank you. And we're going to start writing our hashtags here. Hashtag promote illiteracy,
Literacy, yes.
promote literacy, and promote empowerment. So let us start using those very beautiful hashtags. These my beautiful sisters here, and if Brother Levi is here, he too is very good with some of those
Yes.
hashtags. Please, let's come up with hashtags to use. We've been here for a while. We've been a family for a while now. We know what to hashtag that will get us into the eyes of those algorithms that they can't close their eyes if we are in their eyes. Okay, then there was
Mhm.
resources that we need. So thank you. And then we have our sister Hash later. How are you? Thank you so much for supporting children of the world. We appreciate you. We have Sir Medan. How are you, sir? Thank you. If you're new here, you're welcome here. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, share, share. Don't keep these videos to yourself, and be sure to anchor yourself and your family to YouTube because this should be our academy, if I should say academy anymore, but this is our academy. Even if we don't say it, we are going to adopt it into One Global Movement. It's academy because it's going to be clean, safe, and valuable technology from our amazing CEO. So thank you. And then we have our beautiful sister, Cheryl Bess. How are you, sister? Thank you, as always, for supporting us here and offline. We appreciate you. Thank you. And then we have Sir Giri Malapala. How are you, sir? Thank you for the beautiful flowers. This is the time of the flower, they are blooming. And we are creating a heaven for how does my son call those birds? Beautiful, but they're so tiny. Can
The
somebody
hummingbird. The
how
hummingbird.
dare
I
you?
mean, yeah.
He's creating a heaven and spending a lot of things. But
Ah, nice.
you see, I will post a video online to share
Yes,
with you guys.
yes.
Oh,
They
nature
are
is
so cute and so pretty and so
I
little.
know.
so different colors. They are so beautiful. And
They
this is
are.
healing. This is very inspirational. Nature, I can just sit there like this, like I'm daydreaming,
Just,
just looking
just
at
look
them
at
like
them. Yes, yes, yes.
that.
Yeah.
And we have Ram. How are you, sir? Ram Ota. Thank you so much. Don't forget to put those big thumbs up, okay? Those big thumbs are climbing. So keep putting them up every time that you're here. Thank you. Our beautiful sister Sanjo Ashmira. Thank you. How are you, sister? Thank you so much for paying attention to our children worldwide. We appreciate you. We have Sister Deborah. How are you? Welcome again here today. We appreciate you for being with us. Thank you so much. And we have our beautiful sister Ballyhoo Pushpin Media, Sister Sharon. You are amazing. And when I wake
Yes.
up, the first thing that I'm looking on my phone is WhatsApp to see what creation.
Yeah, I know. I
She
know.
creates, take all the garden pictures, and I don't know what she does, but she
She's
performs some
great.
magic that I
She's
just
very
get.
creative.
I
Yeah.
don't create those, so just so you think that is me. No, I don't know how to do those yet, and I don't have time to study, but I will do that later. So thank you so much, sister. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sister.
And
Yeah.
happy birthday. Whenever she's here, we expect so then One Global Movement doesn't have to really celebrate because she's already celebrating everyone every day. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Sister Sharon. We appreciate you. Happy birthday to everyone. And my birthday is coming up too, okay?
Really? It's months away.
Oh my God, I am Scorpio. October is coming.
It's months away.
Yes. Yes, our brother Shriji Jana, thank you so much, sir. If you can go online as well as anybody else and write about One Global Movement, if you love what we are doing here, we need about 300 people so that we will be getting resources that we need. Every penny counts,
It
every
does.
franc counts. Nothing goes for waste, and that's why we're going to be producing a digital magazine and physical magazine for people to subscribe for 99 cents. You can literally pick 99 cents from the road, okay? And if we can get, our goal is to reach 10 million people subscribers worldwide. And if we can reach 10 billion, why not? There are more than 10 billion children in the world, and we can do that, and starting
Yeah.
with ourselves. So thank you. And then let me go down here. If I miss, I know that Sister Yvonne's eyes are very good, better
You're
than mine.
good. You're good.
I
You're
have
good.
4 eyes, but I can still see well. So, Irfan, Sir Irfan Ahmed, how are you, sir? Thank you for being a part of us here. We highly appreciate you. Extend our greetings to all your family. And we have our beautiful sister Ginger. How are you? Thank you for being a part of us here. We appreciate you. And remember, you guys feel free to be on the stage here. This stage is not just for us. Sometimes you can just we can just sit too and you talk while we just relax. So this stage is for everybody because when we speak from different angles and different perspectives, the children will fit themselves into what resonates with them and their gift. So we invite anyone that wants to speak. We have a lot of things to talk about. How is your family? What did you cook? What did they eat? How was breakfast? What is your tradition for breakfast, lunch, and supper? Everything counts here. What about that little lake that is behind your home? Can we talk about that? We're not just talking about all of this. We can talk about fun things.
Yes,
Okay.
we
So we
can.
invite everyone on the stage here. And let's go down here. Am I okay? All right. I want to make sure that we don't miss any. Okay, we have this. Am I right? Uh, Asmath Hussein, how are you, sir? Thank you for being a part of us here today. We highly appreciate you. And come again and inform some people that don't know about One Global Movement. Let them know about what we're doing here. Thank you. We have Ledega Guima. We miss you, but you're here today. Your holiday was so long, but you're here today. Thank you so much for being back here today. And thank you for supporting children. We appreciate you. And we have Poran Sangma. Sir, how are you? Thank you for being a part of us here. Do well to subscribe and keep sharing and put the big thumbs up and turn on the notification bell so that we don't miss out on what great news is going on here about children and women worldwide. We have our brother, Sir Ashakuma. Thank you so much, sir, for your consistency, your love, and your presence for children. Thank you. And let's go down here. Okay. Well, I will not be able to. There are great information here. I highly appreciate you. Later on, when I go online, I'll be reading. Okay, we have our brother Goldie Kerr. How are you? Sir, thank you so much for being here with us today. We appreciate you as well. And okay. Wow. I'm going to read this comment. I'm going to post some of these comments online. Okay. I'm going to screenshot it and I'll post them so that people can see. Thank you, guys. Did I pass anything? Did I miss?
No, keep going.
Okay.
The next one is Suraj Sadar.
Huh. I must have passed it, right?
No, you didn't. You're going down right above Deborah Lang there. There's
Is
Siraj.
this one? Pabat Singh, thank you, sir. If you're new here, you're welcome into this global family. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell and share. And this one, Papi Das. Wow, that name Papi, we call our young boys in our family Papi. How are you? Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. We highly appreciate you. Come again and encourage someone to come with you or your children too. Okay, Sir Suresh Kumar, thank you so much, sir, for being with us again here today. We appreciate you. And we have Van Guyana. Oh my God, our brother from New York. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. I know you're going to be on my case again, but I'm doing the best to make sure that things are going well, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you for being with us here today. Okay. Did I miss anyone?
Just that person I mentioned, but I did call them, so that's good. So,
Okay.
Mr. Sarkar, I think it's a sir.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sir Saka, for being with us here today. We appreciate you. And Sister Yvonne, I think the closing remarks is all yours.
Well, it's going to be short and sweet because we have no problems. We know that the Gen Z, since we're focusing on them, the technology doesn't scare them. They're quite familiar with it. What we just want is for them to be smart about how they use it, right? And when we make sure that every young person has the tools to be smart online, we're making the world a more equitable and stronger place, right? So for Gen Z, digital literacy is not just a skill. It's a shield against harm. It's a passport to opportunity. And it's a superpower that can change the future for themselves and for the world. This is what we want, right?
Yes, thank you so much. It's a superpower. Thank you guys so much. Until Friday, we love you all. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for
Thank you,
coming.
sisters.
Yes.
Thank you, my dear. Have a good rest of your day,
so
Sister
much.
Melanie.
Yes, I will. On Friday, unfortunately, I'll be back at work.
That's
Tomorrow
okay.
and
We
Friday.
appreciate you all the
So-
time you come, because when you come, you do cover up for all the other days. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. She has a lot to say. So thank you for
Thank
coming.
you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.